Today I'm gonna rip off all these SpongeBob YouTubers because, I'm an autistic man-child SpongeBob fan too. Used to be obsessed ever since I was a kid. So why not? I know the numbers of the seasons, at
This
least up
is
to
the
season
best
7.
weird rock you've ever given me. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the bottom 3 episodes for each season. So this is my least favorite episode from like 3, 2, 1, these are my bottom 3 episodes for each season. Now, this doesn't mean I hate these episodes, especially in the early seasons. I probably actually like these episodes, like this one here. I like Rock Bottom, but I love season 1. It's my favorite season, but if I had to pick a bottom 3, I just like this one the least. It used to frustrate me as a kid. Like SpongeBob just never being able to make it out. It was just annoying. I don't know. It always annoyed me. For some reason, I was like a retarded kid, so like when I would watch Tom and Jerry and like Jerry just would keep getting away from Tom, it just pissed me off. I just wanted SpongeBob to get out of there. And it was just annoying, It was just like, it's like there's like a saying like, white guys just want, like to keep they want to maintain order within like within a group. They just want to solve the problem and end it, so they'll make tons of concessions. I guess that's the way I was as a kid. I just couldn't stand the conflict when it just seemed like so easy to solve. I didn't really find it funny back in the day. I still don't really, but I like the atmosphere and I still like the episode. There's a lot of good memories, but I remember it just frustrating me as a kid. So Rock Bottom, number 3 for the worst episode of season 1, but it's still a good episode. Okay, so Reef Blower is probably next. Honestly, I probably prefer this to Rock Bottom. And I like this episode, actually. I think it's funny. I think it's charming, and it's very nostalgic, but it's just not, it just doesn't have as much substance or nostalgia as some of the other episodes in season 1. And I love this episode. I actually think it's much better than Rock Bottom. I don't know why I put it here, but I made this list earlier in the day. But yeah, Reef Blower is a great episode. It's just not as good as everything else in season 1. And another one for this might be considered very controversial, but I would say Scaredy Pants is also my bottom 3 for season 1. I like the episode. It's just one of my least favorites of the season. I still like it, though. I think Rock Bottom probably is my least favorite of the entire season 1, but that's just like, season 1 is really good, so it's just hard to choose bad episodes, because none of these are bad. Even Rock Bottom isn't bad. But it's like, this one, I don't know. I just remember it being kind of weird, SpongeBob shaving himself. I don't know, bro. Like, it was just kind of a weird episode. But it's still fun, and I still like it. It's just not as good as the other episodes in the season. And that's that. For the bottom 3 episodes of season 2, these are actually, I would say, significantly worse than the season 1 bottom episodes, in my opinion. I think Dump just sucks. Like, even as a kid, I thought it sucked. I don't know why Patrick's so mean. There's like 2 jokes that are good in the episode. I'm just not a big fan of this one. I know this is like probably the most, other than I'm with Stupid, it's probably the most unpopular season 2 episode. I'm with Stupid probably be my number 4. To be honest, I'm gonna just agree with the mainstream consensus. Like, I just don't like Patrick being a dick all day. It's just not worth it, So, but this one is, there's just, Patrick's mean, and it's just not as funny as the other episodes. So it's just, this has to go here. I don't really care for this episode. SpongeBob's very likable, but I just don't like why, I don't like Patrick as an antagonist. I don't think it works very well. I said the episode sucked, but it's still good because it's just nostalgic, classic SpongeBob. But all the old episodes of SpongeBob are pretty good. This one I would just say is like kind of uncomfortable. I don't know why. This one I think is probably the most overrated SpongeBob episode of all time. Everybody quotes it. I remember at school, everybody would quote this one. Like, they thought it was so funny. I just never found this episode funny. I don't know why. As a kid, I just never did. It's like the liar, liar, plants for hire, or whatever. That, like Patrick eating the chocolate. Patrick's just a douchebag at the end, It's just like, he's kind of being a fag. And he just like, He just eats SpongeBob's chocolate, and it's like, what the hell? And it's just like, it's very loud. There's a lot of noises, I mean, which is fine. I mean, it's a kid's show, but it's like, I just don't think there's that many good jokes in this one. There's like some, but it's just, I mean, honestly, it's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. It's actually like a fine episode. It's just definitely the most overrated episode. People act like this is like a top 3. Like, God, no, not even close. Like, this is like bottom tier when it comes to classic SpongeBob for me. I mean, the best part is like when they go to jail and it's like, all right, time's up. Like, they just let him out of jail. That's funny. But like everything else is just, like, I just find it annoying. I don't know. It's just like, even as a kid, I kind of found this one just, I found it like average as a kid. Watching it like when I got older, I'm like, I didn't laugh once, I don't know. But that's a hot take. You can disagree with me. Yeah, now we have pre-hibernation week. I'm not really that big a fan of this one. I don't know. I mean, I watched it like a couple of years ago. It's just SpongeBob being forced to do all this annoying stuff. And it's memorable. It's not even a bad episode. It's just like okay. And it's like it's a good nostalgic episode, but there's really like I don't really think I laughed at all during it. Like, I think people think the funniest part is, like, Patrick screaming at the end, like, who are these people? Which is alright. I mean, there's some okay jokes. It's just, I mean, the funny part is, yes, Sandy then hunts for SpongeBob, and then the townsfolk give up. I mean, there's some good bits here, but it's just, like, this is probably the best of the 3 episodes I mentioned, but it's, like, again, it's, like, it's just, I just don't care for the Pantera music. I don't care for like a lot of this stuff. I mean, and I just don't think there's that many jokes. It's just kind of annoying to see SpongeBob constantly having to go through this bullshit, SpongeBob is the guy. He shouldn't have to deal with this. This is bullshit, But whatever. I mean, I still like the episode. This is definitely the best of the 3. And let's move on to season 3. So doing time, people like this episode. Some people don't. This is a controversial one. I mean, it seems to have a lot more positive reception than negative reception. But I don't know. I just feel like Mrs. Puff doesn't deserve to go to jail. I felt that way as a kid. It's just like she keeps getting screwed over. And the jokes in this are just like not as funny as the rest of the season. It's still funny. There's still a lot of good jokes. But it's just not as funny as the rest of the season, They're like, almost every other episode this season is just funnier. And it's just kind of an annoying plot. So, I mean, a good episode because it's pre-movie SpongeBob, so it's going to be good. But it's just kind of annoying. Like, it ends like in an infinite loop. There's just a lot of annoying things in this episode. Next up is SpongeBob's House Party, which is one of my favorite episodes of the season. But it's also one of my least favorite. I think the episode itself sucks. I think the animated SpongeBob episode is just garbage. I feel like it's annoying. They kick SpongeBob out of the house, and he's just crashing out, trying to get in the house, and it's just gay. It's annoying. I don't want to. Like, it's like let him back in the house. Like, I was excited to see how the party was going. I wanted to see SpongeBob and the Bikini Bottom residents and his friends have a party. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see them all enjoy a party at SpongeBob's house. But instead, he just gets locked out of the fucking house, and it just blows balls. It sucks. I don't like the episode. I love the... It's just frustrating. I'm just frustrated with SpongeBob. I just want him to get back in the house. But Patchy the Pirate is hilarious. I love the Patchy the Pirate segments. Because he's in the house, right, during the party. And what happens to him is, one, actually funny. Two, it's like he's actually in the party hanging out, and it's just great. And then there's the Underwater Sun song, which I absolutely love. So this is actually a good special overall, because the Patchy segments are on point. They're hilarious. Some of my favorite SpongeBob moments, period. And I love Underwater Sun, so that's great. But the episode itself, trash. Pranks-A-Lot is kind of trash. I mean, it's actually a good episode in its own right. It's just like not as funny as everything else this season. It's like the episode itself is better than SpongeBob's house party. It's a little less funny than doing time, but it's also a little less frustrating. I'd say it's like the second least funny episode itself in the season, but if you include SpongeBob's house party, like all the segments, I think it's much better than this and doing time, but it's hard to explain. This one is all right. It's nothing special. I don't think it's that bad. It has a fun ending with Mr. Krabs for sure, but it's just not as funny as the other episodes in the season, and it's still a good episode. This is probably the best of the three overall, just because it's the least frustrating, but just not as funny. It's a fun story, but it's just not as funny as the other episodes. But still a good one. Now on to season 4 for the bottom three. I've got Ghost Host. This one sucks. Like it's just like the Flying Dutchman bums at SpongeBob's house, and it's just like kind of gross. And then Squidward, like at the end, just gets tortured for like no reason, and like his grandma's there. It's like demented. It's like very uncomfortable, and just like it's kind of like Squid's visit, but like less funny, if that makes sense. Because Squid's visit is like so bad it's funny. You know, that's the like Squid's visit is actually like so horribly bad and stupid and terrible that it's funny. This is just kind of like it comes out of nowhere. It's like this is just kind of a mediocre episode, and then it ends with the Squidward torture, and it just sucks. I mean, I'm not a fan. I mean, I like the Flying Dutchman as a character. I like SpongeBob. Of course, I actually like season 4 in general, but this is just a miss. All right, now we got Squidward. This is actually kind of a funny episode, but it is pretty terrible at the same time. It's funny because of it's funny in like an ironic way rather than like being like actually funny. It's more of just like a it's just there's a lot of stupid funny moments like cheap laughs, but it's probably the least it's not the least funny of the Squidward. It's just like the most it's like it's hard. I mean, this and Good Neighbors are kind of like tied, but it's just a lot of people kind of forget about this episode, and it's just like Squidward, gets replaced by like a different version of himself, and everyone loves it more, and it's just more sadistic. I mean, it's still kind of funny. I think this is better than Ghost Host because it's just ironically funny, but at least but it's still kind of just like I hate to use the word, but like a mean spirited, just cruel episode. This episode, all that glitters. This is the probably the gayest episode in the show. Like it's like you forget SpongeBob's like naked for most of it, and then like it's just weird. It's just awkward and weird, and then there's a French spatula who's a dick compared to the original spatula, and it's just like it's just a weird, awkward episode that's like uncomfortable to watch. And I just am not a fan of this one. I do not think it worked out at all. This one I feel like was just needed more time in the kitchen. This one is just like a rushed out, like they did not think this one through. And it's kind of messed it up, a kind of episode. For season 5, we got Fungus Among Us. This one sucks. This one actually just sucks. It's disgusting. There's no reason, like there's like no joke. I mean, it gets a lot of reaction from the audience. I remember watching this episode with my mother, and my mom actually liked SpongeBob back then, like the early season. She didn't know the difference, of course. But when this came on, this is like the worst episode because we were eating dinner while watching TV, and it's like, and if you're with girls, and I have female siblings, like if you're with girls hate gross out while you eat, and even some guys too. So it was just like a terrible episode to come on. And I mean, it provides a good memory for that reason, but the episode itself is just gross out with like not really any humor. It's just kind of like a shitty episode that sucks and it's gross. It's like there's nothing really good to say here. Other than that fun memory, there really is like nothing good about this episode. Waiting is an infamous one where SpongeBob just waits for the toy to come in the mail. And I mean, I actually have good memories watching this one. And I remember like thinking the toy was kind of cool. And Squidward comes in and saves the day at the end. So I have like memories with this one. I'm just not really. I mean, but we all know it's just kind of like it's literally an episode about waiting for something. So it's just like how are you going to make this good? I mean, I'm not a fan. I mean, I think this episode could definitely be better, and a lot of people would agree. I think the toy is interesting. The toy actually looks like fun. I would actually enjoy that toy if I had it as a kid. So that's like the most interesting thing about it. Again, I don't really hate this one. It's just like probably one of the last SpongeBob episodes I would watch. Spongehenge is probably the first episode that reminded me, not reminded me, but this is the first episode I've ever seen that made me feel just like upset as a kid watching it. I did not like this episode as a kid because the problem remained unsolved. You know, it's like a frustrating thing. You know, like my frustrations with Rock Bottom where I couldn't like just get SpongeBob out of there, you know, where like the problem's easy to solve and it just drives you nuts that it doesn't get solved. Spongehenge is just that episode, and except there's no jokes, there's nothing funny. I mean, it has an interesting atmosphere with the wind and the statues, and it has memorable visual designs. But it feels like a nightmare. It feels like something like a kid would dream if he watched too much SpongeBob and had a nightmare. Like I just did not like this episode as a kid. This was like the first SpongeBob episode I ever watched as a kid, and I liked Atlantis or Panis. I liked Pest of the West. I liked them all. I liked literally almost every SpongeBob episode. But this is the first one as a kid that I was just like, this is just trash. Like why doesn't SpongeBob get saved at the end? Like that's what pissed me off as a kid. I'm like, why isn't SpongeBob just like why doesn't he everything turn out okay? Now I felt that way about Shanghai too. Like but at least it's like there's somewhat of a conclusion in Shanghai. Like they turn into a fruit basket. I mean, it depends on the ending. But this is just first of all, it's not funny. Shanghai's actually funny. This is just like uncomfortable. I always hated this episode. It's like a creepy nightmare. I I would actually think this episode if this might be the one SpongeBob episode I'd remove if I could pick one to remove. This one, probably just because of the bias when I was a kid. Like, if I go back, it's probably not that bad. It's probably just like filler. But it's just like it's just like an unfun episode. It doesn't feel like SpongeBob at all. So this is one of my least favorite episodes. They took a big risk, and I suppose I can commend them for that. But it's like this is a kid show. Like you guys make millions of dollars a year to make a kid show. Do you have to do this? Like really? You know what? This is an episode called Lodge. And you know what? This episode is horrible. This episode is fucking trash. You know what? And I'm actually gonna crash out at this one. I'm not gonna be nice. Like this one fucking blows, dude. Like what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why would you make a satanic Illuminati house for Squidward to enter to? Like a secret society. What the fuck is wrong with the writers? Like I would actually punch them in the face if I fucking saw them like the guy who came up with like let's do an Illuminati satanic ritual house. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? This is a children's show. Seriously, it's not funny to have this occult shit in a kids show. It's fucking stupid. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Jeez. Like this shit is garbage. It's just a stupid Squidward gets his like Squidward's life gets ruined because of SpongeBob, and it's like I don't even know who to root for because it's like Squidward's in the Illuminati, but he's like not doing anything wrong. It's just it's garbage. It's garbage. Now we got boating buddies. This is just like the creepy pedophile SpongeBob episode where he's like looking at Squidward and breathing deeply. Now this is better than Cephalopod Lodge, but it is like SpongeBob himself is more creepy. But it's like this episode is like it's like a satire of how bad. Like if someone made this episode as like a parody of the SpongeBob annoys Squidward plot and like put it on YouTube, this is what I'd assume it would be like the plot would be like. It would just be so ridiculous. SpongeBob just would not leave Squidward alone. It's just insane. This is probably the biggest like SpongeBob stalking Squidward like annoying episodes of all time. And it's like so bad it's kind of good, but it's just like there's nothing really memorable about it, and it's just like why why can't Squidward just like get away from SpongeBob? It's just like let him. We are all rooting for Squidward. Like I think children would even root for Squidward in this episode. It's ridiculous like how over the top stupid this is. And I know it's a show for fucking toddlers, but it's just like if it's just a show for toddlers, why does it have to be this sadistic and cruel then? Like come on. All right, now we got the Splinter. The Splinter just sucks. Like the Splinter is a disgusting, boring, unfunny episode. Patrick is a terrible friend. Like he just like makes fun of SpongeBob, and there's like nothing funny about it. It's just mean. It's cruel. It's unfunny. It's stupid, and it sucks. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this one. It's just like, oh, like, could you imagine being one of the queers in the office and be like, "Hey guys, let's give SpongeBob a splinter and make it really gross and big." It's like, what the? Whose idea was this? Like, like legitimately, I'm not even trying to be a dick. Like, who thought that this shit would be like a good idea? Like, actually, though, like, who sat in the room and fucking thought, let's give SpongeBob a giant fucking disgusting splinter? Like, what? Like, what show do you think you're making? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, actually. Sheesh. Stuck in the Ringer for season 7. Don't let any little fucking faggot gaslight you into thinking this episode doesn't fucking blow balls. Don't you ever let anyone gaslight you like, oh, it's not that bad. This is overreact. No, this episode is that bad. This episode is the worst fucking SpongeBob episode ever. Period. Like, this is fucking garbage. I remember watching this and thinking, this is fucking shit. As a kid, when I was like fucking 10 or whenever this came out, I was like, this is horrible. This episode fucking sucks. There's not a single funny joke, except maybe crying to solve your problems after all, or some shit like that. It's just Patrick is a horrible friend, and it just blows. It blows. Okay, this episode sucks. You feel stuck in a ringer watching this piece of shit. This episode blows cock. It's horrible. It's one of the worst SpongeBob episodes of all time. Like, people are like, hey, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like, no, this is that bad. The fucking logo looks like someone jizzed on the wall, for God's sakes. Bless me, I should not use the Lord's name in vain. I mean, oh my gosh. Hopefully I didn't there, but goodness. This episode sucks. And jizz, look, there's jizz on the wall. You can see the title card. Now we got Rodeo Days, which is better than Stuck in a Ringer. It's just one of my favorite episodes, Texas, which has that very sweet ending, is completely reversed here. I mean, the episode itself in a vacuum isn't as bad as, like, most of the season even, but it's just so mean to Sandy, and, like, the friends just don't care about Sandy. It's just really shitty to see, and just that alone, like, puts this in the bottom 3 for me. Like, just like how much of an insult it is to Texas. Now we got, for the last episode of this part of the video, we got Yours, Mine, and Mine. Fuck you, Patrick! Give SpongeBob the toy!